Hello everyone, E here. Welcome to yet another LEGO Hogwarts update. Time to continue with the finishing touches of the courtyard and the gatehouse of the Great Hall. Once again, looking forward to your comments regarding all the new stuff that I'm about to show you in this video. Let's get to it. I'm going to start by partially transforming this module. We need to add studs with snots on the outer rims of this wall here so I can add texture. So I need to be really careful where I place the snots or not. And also I will try to make some cracked portions wherever I see fit, similar to over here. So let's dive into that. Through trial and error, I have managed to accommodate texture wherever there should be any, and the rest is still smooth as it will be hit by the opposing wall over here. I have changed all the colors where the pieces were, well, in different colors as I didn't have any at the time. And now, once we push this into its slot, hopefully it will be easier said than done with one hand. There we go. Need to adjust over here. There we go. And yeah, as you can see, the texture falls right into place. Looks decent, I would say. I didn't go too crazy with the cracks. Actually, intentionally made one over here because otherwise this part of the texture really gets in the way, so it's actually a benefit to have a crack here. Same with this side. I tried to make it a little bit different. This one is a little bit bigger, and then just a little crack over here and a bigger one up here. Now that is all done, and I need to, I think, place all the last texture pieces everywhere here, here, over here, over here, on this side, this column, and also down here finally. I also brought back the outline of the clock. Still not sure what I prefer. I spent a few weeks without the little module, but the more I looked at it, the more I decided that I want it back. So I don't know, tell me what you think. Usually this thing shouldn't be here, but without it the clock looks a bit, I don't know, weird in a way. This way the dark bluish gray kind of pops in between all this tan, so I kind of like that. One other thing I did is I placed some bricks in here so it's no longer hollow, similar to all the other tower windows. And I removed the Sword of Gryffindor. Initially the idea was to have a light brick here and just to be visible, but there is no room for a light brick, at least well, actually the idea, I don't like it very much anymore, so I decided, well, just to scrap that idea for the time being. And yeah, let's place all the texture next and see how it all looks. I also did some adjustments here on the tower. I think I will go back here and see if I can change some here, because as you can see some stuff has fallen down, and also I believe this outline here compared to this is one plate higher. Namely because of this, I need to create this so it goes like, follows the whole module up to here. So this is a bit higher, so I will fix this on the other side. But first, let's place all the texture here. Before that, actually, I was walking around and decided to test something out. Now, with these columns are over here are the way they were before, and here is what I'm trying out using these candle pieces. Basically this is a candle piece except it's in tan, and here are some that are stacked together, and I'm planning to maybe replace these with these because they look a bit better in my opinion, and this way we see the underneath the row of bricks behind, but I still haven't made up my mind. We obviously don't have these pieces here in tan, we have them in dark tan only. They'll be visible, but that's not really that much of a big deal really. These ones are thicker, but these ones are a bit more uncommon, so I would say that the texture wise this variation looks better. I'm still uncertain which one I would pick. I will just leave these here for a couple of days, watch them from different angles and let them sit there and let the idea marinate in my mind, and I'll make a decision. But I'm kind of leaning towards these. I'm also thinking of kind of a different pattern, not only maybe stacking them together, but it's kind of difficult to stack these on top of one another with an addition other piece. So probably it will be the way it is. Still, I feel like this is better than this. This just seems too simplistic, especially when all the other texture is placed. I feel like this will be just too plain and bland, and this one is a bit more interesting. And also it corresponds with over here, which I believe I have not shown you. I have the correct bars now, and yeah, I really like how this is shaping up. We have the bar, then we have these cylinders that are inverted on the top, and then we have a plate that is not connected. You only need to do is to kind of push them together, but over here and over here there is no connection. But I like it, it's a lot better than it was before in the previous version, and this thickness is similar to this thickness, so these columns are would look a lot better, I think. But yeah, I will make my final decision at some point in the next several days. I decided to stop here to show you how the texture actually looks halfway done. I don't think I have done that before. So over here we have the full texture, and here we have the texture without the pyramids. I have placed the 1x1 plates and a bit of a dark tan here and there as usual. Pyramids are missing. They're over here. I don't know if these will be enough to cover basically these walls here and up here and on this side. Hopefully there will be. But yeah, want to show you really what the difference is. It's not really all that noticeable, but it's obviously a lot better once the full texture is placed. One other thing is, while I was doing the texture and other things, I decided to do some more modifications here on the front. Similar to up till now, this side is done and this side is not done, but I have removed the pieces here, so now it's empty. But I have changed how this works. Before we use these dark tan pieces here, and we had them placed here, and then the candle was sticking up here. I decided to improve that, and instead of that I turned the candles from here like this, use this cylinder shape and then this different cylinder shape to basically create this. This way we have a stud up here that connects over to the top side, so the candles are not so loose anymore. It also brings some additional texture, which is always welcome. And we have these cylinders that are very similar to each other, just inverted. So I'm going to do that the same way here. But obviously I still don't have all the needed candle pieces. So I'm waiting on those. Not really sure they'll be here by the time I have to release this video, but just showing you basically that is the way things should be over here. I kind of really like this. And over here we just need to add those pieces here, and up here I added this railing here just to kind of close it out. And over here I added these pieces here, these slopes, which I feel like completes the look. So what now I'll be doing is a little bit of rest, and then I will go into the long process of placing a few hundred pyramid pieces all around here, and hopefully there'll be enough. So yeah, I'll get to work on that and show you once it is all done. Decided that might as well fix the backside here. As I mentioned, the height of this wall here was a bit lower, mainly due to the fact that I raised the front side by one plate, right about here, yeah, here, to support this well, the colors basically, and that the distancing needs to be like so. And on the other side I hadn't done that, and that meant this tower was a bit higher than this tower, and more importantly the spacing here was not quite the same as here. So I decided to fix that. I added on this side another plate as well, like this. I decided to keep it in tan because there is no reason for this to be the same color as over here. That way actually this texture keeps the same line. Before it was one plate lower, obviously. And I fixed the tower here. Before, this pocket was a bit lower because the tower was lower, but now I fixed it, so you can just attach it like so, and it is exactly like the other tower. I also changed the pattern here a little bit. The texture was a bit different, but this way it's pretty much as it is on the other side. So yeah, I'm happy with that, and now the height is the same. So good to get that out of the way. We'll put everything back together here, the rock work and the rest of the pathway, and I'll get back to the texture on the front. Well, I've done it. All the pyramid shapes are applied, and that means the texture is pretty much completed, and even a handful of them were left. So here it is. I am still experimenting with some stuff. As you can see over on this side, these candles still haven't arrived, but basically this side will look like this side. And yeah, have one of these done here with this end connecting down here and this end connecting up here. This way it will be, it's better because these pieces otherwise are moving around, and this way they're a lot more straighter. So also it brings additional texture here and here, as mentioned before. And the experiment I am trying is to use these kind of different slopes around here, which I feel like is a good idea. And I'm out of all of them because, well, yeah, I want to use some more similar to this to cover all these slopes here. So here, 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 and on the other side. I feel like that would be a good idea. So that's something for the future. For the time being, I'm deciding to keep this dark bluish gray border of the clock because it kind of brings contrast with here, and the roof. So here it is, finished. Pretty good in my opinion. Over here and on this side. And even down here I added the needed texture. Now the gatehouse is still not quite done. I'm experimenting with different things. Some colors here are still wrong, as you can see, and I'm thinking whether it should be really up to here or maybe up to here the way it is right now. I haven't really decided. But yeah, the Great Hall is finished pretty much. Again, is this like the fourth time I'm building it? The fifth time? So yeah, it's just very satisfying to see this done. And from here on out, what is going to happen, as mentioned, some things need to be ironed out over here the gatehouse. All the minifigs here that were spread out will be re-added. Probably will add more than the amount that was present before. I would like to work on the gardens here going around the Great Hall to improve the texture a little bit and add more flowers. Not really sure when I will get to that exactly. Going back into the kitchens inside to add some additional detail. I've been gathering some pieces, so I'll probably do a separate update only on that. Still haven't been able to find many house elves to add. I was looking to get at least 10 of them, but I just don't have any. That all stores that I see basically have them way too expensive, and they have only one, usually one minifig. So yeah, I haven't been able to really gather many of those, if any. And obviously the main thing we'll be doing is over here, the side building, which is behind the bar door over there, will need to be rebuilt. The distance in here now is a bit bigger, so it'll be wider. I'm planning on double walls again. Obviously we'll have to implement these type of windows somehow again on the new building and all that stuff. So I'll be doing that, but not sure exactly when, because I'm currently out of 1x2 bricks with snot. I believe they are, yeah, these ones here. I'm out of those. I have like 10, and we'll need pyramid shapes, obviously, that are also pretty much done. But yeah, that's the next step, to connect here. And then the base of the grand staircase will have to be done from scratch again, because it will probably be a bit wider in diameter. We'll have to calculate how big exactly it will be. But yeah, that is all for the future. And with that, I believe that is all I have for you today. Please consider subscribing to this channel if you like this type of content, smashing that like button and leaving a comment down below. Also, please consider checking the membership tiers that I have recently added to help this channel, should you feel like doing so. I will see you again in the next 2 weeks or so with yet another update. We'll see exactly in which direction of the already mentioned updates I will go, but whatever it is, I'm sure it will be quite time consuming and it will be enough for yet another update. So I will see you in the next 10 or 14 days. Thank you for watching, stay healthy, and bye for now.